Hey guys, welcome to Cooking Up Something Good, where we recreate food experiences from iconic establishments around the world.
My name is Sakif.
And I'm Adi. And today we're going to White Castle. Ooh, scroll.
Hey! Before we head over to the mystical castle of White, we would like to give a special shout out to our two champions, Two-Man Begerhausen Carhartt. We thank thee for sponsoring this video. Fine art, strapping young lads. Let's get it. We're just a bunch of guys who love food, especially when it's fast and full of fat. We're still waiting on a day where we can travel, but until then, we're cooking up something good.
Today we're headed to the birthplace of fast food, to tap your heels twice, because we're going to Kansas, where in 1921, two people redefined the burger, and they invented what we now know called the sliders. It's a small parcel of protein that's filled with goodness and slides right down your throat.
Just love how you described it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I always thought White Castle was just a made-up thing, but after doing a quick Google search, I realized that they're actually the first fast food chain in the world, even before Ronald and Colonel himself.
Goddamn.
Uncle Sam, goddamn.
Today we're gonna recreate the iconic 5-hole punch, simple as best, slide down your throat slider.
Slide down the throat.
And you know what, man? It is so easy to do because you only need a few ingredients and they're all set.
So without further ado, we're gonna start by preparing the iconic square beef patties. So you're gonna place your meat, not your meat, place this meat on a piece of parchment paper.
This guy, so funny.
So what we did was, we got a huge ass parchment paper, we folded it into half. Wow. It's a really nice
Technique?
shape.
Yeah? I think I got the technique down. I got a lot of practice in handling meat.
It's coming with a happy ending.
That's right. So we got about 250 grams of beef chuck.
Yep.
Nicely portioned out over here.
Mhm.
Now that we're done spreading it out, we are going to
Put it over and you give it a nice slap. Okay, now roll it out.
We've got our rolling pin. And we're just gonna roll it.
Word of advice, have some nice tunes on when you're rolling your meat. Nothing's better than having the sounds of John Mayer while you're rolling your meat. Gravity is working against me. Ting, ting, ting. Gravity wants to bring me down.
Hey buddy, you doing anything?
Oh, twice as much.
Oh, why don't you help me portion out the meat?
Twice as good.
Now that Sakif is getting busy, what he's doing is he is scoring the beef patties. So right now we've got 250 grams, which is gonna yield about 10 patties because each patty at White Castle is about 25 grams. 25 times 10, 250 grams.
Quick math.
Math. So once you have the measurements, what you want to do is use the back of a knife or a fork to portion out your patties. You want to make the indentations pretty deep so when it goes into the freezer, you can just snap it off like a bar of chocolate.
So we portion it out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to poke the holes. I'm going to use my finger. Great.
Look at that.
And now that we've portioned out everything, we're going to wrap that shit up and sell it on the streets because that shit is dope. We're just going to put this on our lovely tray and into the freezer it goes. We've got our pan over here. We're using an induction today, but the stove is fine too. And if you have a plancha at home, then well, good for you. You've probably made it in life, and you know what? You deserve a long clap. Right, I'm going to set it to a medium heat. Douse it with some oil.
Oil the fellas.
Yep.
As they say.
Oil the fellas. Let the oil heat up for a bit. So once the oil starts smoking, that's when you toss in your onions. So we preheated our pan.
And in the onions go. The onions, as they would say.
On ion.
Yeah, not the off ions.
Garlic.
Oh yeah. Nice, healthy dose of onions.
So here's the interesting part.
What's the interesting part?
Thank you for asking me.
Of course,
Thank you
Sakif.
so much. Yeah, right. Douse it with some salt first.
Oh yeah? Is that the interesting part?
No.
Oh.
Ooh.
You forgot about that, eh, buddy?
We're gonna squirt it with some water.
Ooh. Okay.
So just
Healthy dose of water.
yeah. So what this does is it creates an onion sauna. That's right, an onion sauna where you're gonna place your beef over it and let the steam cook the beef.
Brilliant.
Brilliante.
The reason why we are salting the onions is because the salt dehydrates and draws the moisture from the onion. So, you know, the oniony vapor just rises into the air. That's what we're looking for. Looking for that steam, the onion aromas, properly filling up the room. And boy, does it smell like onions in here.
You really do know your onion.
I said they used to call me the onion guy in school.
Yeah.
Eat onions all the time.
What do you smell like shit all the time?
Okay.
So while that is absorbing all that moisture, right, I'm gonna cut the buns for later.
Oh.
So we got our buns from none other than the boys at Two Men Big House. They've kindly baked a few buns for us. But for you at home, you can get your buns from the supermarket, the bakery, anyone with nice buns.
Hit them up. Say, hey,
Hey,
man.
but you got
sir,
nice buns.
Can I get some buns?
Must be a baker. Oh, ooh, so funny.
And you got yourself a lawsuit. Alright, the onions are nicely sweating. You want it like an off-white color.
Ah, right. For all you hype bees out there.
Yeah? You like that? Oh, you like that, buddy?
No, I hate it.
The onions are going, taking on a nice translucent little vibe. It's smoking, you know? All the vapors are coming up.
Yeah.
Smells good. And we're gonna hit it with the beef. Yeah, so only go with the beef.
Rock solid.
Rock solid, huh? Get that.
Knock knock. Who's there? Beef. That's right.
You're gonna see the meat now shrink by about 25% as it releases all that moisture into the onions. And you know what, buddy? You only forgot. I gotta salt and pepper it.
Ah, right.
Salt and pepper it.
Always remember to season your meat.
Oh, 100%. Season the fellas, as they say.
Salty meat.
Cooking school. Heavily seasoned. You want to create layers of flavor with your salt.
More, bro.
More?
Salt bay.
Salt bay.
You gotta hit it against your elbow. So you gotta do it like this. Yeah.
You know that elbow grease in there, eh, buddy?
Let me show you how you.
Okay.
Eh?
Eye contact.
Eh? Alright, none went in.
Okay, you want to hit it with a bit of pepper as well? And we're just gonna let that sit. We're gonna let that go. The onions, the aromas from the onions are now coming up and they're going through the 5 holes of the beef, and it's starting to take on a really nice smell.
That's right. Right through the hole.
The onions look great, getting a nice translucent color. The beef looks good as well. The aromas coming out of this are really nice. I think we're gonna hit it with the buns.
Hey.
Oh,
Let me just take it in my buns.
all right, buddy. Look at this. Oh, got some thick buns there. Gonna place them nicely on top, just like that. Bottom bun down, okay? And the top buns go in between the cracks.
Buns between the cracks.
What's happening now is the onions are giving off a really nice aroma, the beef as well, and they're all getting mixed together into this nice oniony, beefy vapor. And that's just going right into the buns and it's just absorbing all of those flavors. And it's gonna taste really good.
Yeah, just say that
Sorry.
again for me.
Say that again.
Just say that again.
You know, whisper it in your ear. You know, nice and slow. Like the onion vapor, the beef, a nice hot little salt being absorbed by all the buns. That's how you get the ladies, huh?
Just cook onions and put some buns on them. So our burger's about done. And for all you burger Nazis out there wondering, hey, but they didn't flip the meat. Well, White Castle's famous for cooking their meat based off steam and heat alone. And they've been doing that for the last 99 years. So who's to fault them for that? Simple. You're not happy? Try fighting a 99-year tradition. Ah! Woo!
Boy, do these burgers look done.
I'm so angry.
We're gonna take off the top buns first. We're gonna take a little scalpel spatula thingamajig. And we are gonna plate these babies. All right, take it off the grill. All right, y'all ready for the flip?
Yeah.
1, 2, and a 1, 2, 3, and a flip. Oi, brother man, look at that, beautifully brown, caramelized. You can smell the sweetness. You're gonna take the rest from the pan. We're gonna dress it up. Yeah, all good.
You're really an onion boy.
Now we're gonna dress up the sliders with a single slice of mac and cheese. It's exactly how they do it in White Castle.
Wait.
But we do things a little differently in Singapore, if you know what I mean. Where's the tree at? Wait. Okay, buddy. It's so hot, bro.
Thanks, bro. So now that cheese is melted.
Okay. Cheese is melted. We're gonna hit it with a single slice.
Nah,
dill
let's do
pickle.
two. Let's do
Want
two.
to do two?
Yeah,
let's
we'll
do
do
two.
two.
Why not, huh?
When in Rome, put 2 gherkins on your White Castle burger.
Now that you've got your pickles on, you've got your cheese on, we're gonna top it off with a little bun. Top it off. And there you have it, guys. You're left with a cheesy, not too greasy slab of American history. Look at that.
Slab of American
Slab
history.
American history.
Slab.
Slab American history on the buns.
Hong. You hungry, man?
Bro, I'm famished, bro. I could eat all 4.
Save it for the children.
Children. Always forget about the children. Oh my goodness, brother man. Look at this beautiful creation that we have created with our own 2 hands, bro. Amazing. How do you feel?
I'm feeling really excited.
Yeah?
I'm really intrigued by the way we cooked it. And all you needed was 5 basic ingredients and 5 holes.
Haha!
5
Excellent.
5 holes.
5 for the 5 holes.
Right, without further ado, let's get to it.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, bro, man. Wow. Simplicity is really... The cheese, no touching the cheese was a good idea. It was.
Yep.
Because we cooked it, but the beef kind of has like oniony taste,
Yeah,
if you would.
the aromas of the onion really coming through, man. Yeah. The pickle, really nice. Cuts through the heaviness. You love that brightness. The buns are perfect, of course. 2-man bagel house, 100%.
And there you have it, White Castle. If you like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment on what you want to see next.
That's right. Once again, guys, a big shout out to our sponsors, Carhartt and 2-man bagel house. We love you guys so much. And to those tuning in at home, we love you guys too. Be safe, wear a mask, and
Cook up something good! Hey!